What's up, everybody? It is Tom Galan on Real Talk with Cristina and Tom. It's Tuesday night, Transformation Tuesday. We're going to get Cristina on board here in a second. And invite sent. So we're going to wait for Cristina to get started. And good evening, everyone. Hope all is well. And tonight is Transformation Tuesday. Transformation Tuesday, we discuss nutrition, food, vitamins, how to start incorporating some healthy, nutritious foods into your life, and how it's not as complicated as carbohydrates. Cristina, are you there?
I'm here, Tom. I had to take one layer of sweaters off because Facebook Live makes me break out in sweats with all its technical difficulties. So hopefully I'm tagged so the viewers over on my page are joining us over here. But yay, we are both on.
Yes. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I wasn't getting any invite, technical difficulties, but we survived.
Yes. Can't take out the dynamic duo that easily.
So I was just telling everybody that, nutrition, tonight we're going to be talking about carbohydrates specifically, but it's not as complicated as we make it, as we tend to make it. And we have such a fear. And, tonight we're going to get into specifics about food and the macronutrients, especially the carbohydrates. But Cristina, this can really go back to the first episode that we ever did of Real Talk, talking about mindset and your relationship with food. We make such, and I talked about this on my blog today, how our eating is so emotionally driven, right? And there's an old song to say, war, right? What is it good for? Well, food, what is it good for? It's very simple answer, fuel. To fuel our bodies, to provide us energy, to provide our brain and our muscles and our bones, every part of our body, to provide it with fuel and nutrients. That's it. But we interject our emotions and our fears and our past practices and our past obstacles and all the things that have happened to us from the time we were children. I wasn't loved enough, or I wasn't hugged enough, or I got a C on my report card when I was in 4th grade, and now I have to eat a whole bag of potato chips to get over it, right? We carry all this crap with us. Reality is, put good food in your body, and you're going to feel better about all that other crap.
Hallelujah.
Right? So it's a mindset about everything, but it comes down to it. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, all these complex subjects, right? It's really simple. If it came out of the ground and it's wholesome and it's nutritious, eat it. If it's in a plastic bag and it makes crinkly sounds and it's really crunchy, it's probably not a good choice, right? So you have things come out of the ground or things that don't come out of the ground. Those are your two options. Choose the ones that come out of the ground the majority of the time, and you're going to be all right.
Oh, yeah.
That's my opening statement. I feel like a lawyer. That's my opening statement today, Cristina.
I love your opening statements, Tom. Although we didn't get the enthusiastic WWE opening tonight, is that reserved for Workout Wednesdays only?
Yeah. There was a little complications, technical difficulties, so it was a little stressful there for a few moments. So I brought what I could. Tomorrow I'll do better. I promise.
You promise? Because I kind of live for those moments,
Cross my heart.
All right. Well, all right, let's start with carbohydrates. Tom, next week we'll touch on proteins, the week after fats. And the last week we're going to go over vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other things that your micronutrients that you should be incorporating into your daily intake. For those of you who are viewing, just so you know, in the comment section, under free activity tool, that is the link. You want to copy that link and put it into your web browser. It is the free activity tool and information we are providing that goes along with today's free activity tool. You want to take advantage of that. There's also some links inside of that tool to previous episodes of Transformation Tuesday where we covered macronutrients and their role and micronutrients and their role in the body and how to simplify eating as a whole. It also has some free tools from those episodes on there for those of you who are just joining us for the first time. Also want to remind our viewers that if you have specific questions, you're going to want to shoot them over into the comment section because that's what I keep looking down for, is so that Tom and I can respond. So hello to Robert, who says, you are the best strength coach ever. Lots of arm emotions over there. And Hector is in the house. So hello to both of you guys, and thank you for tuning in. So what?
Beast from the East, what's up?
What? There we go. Now we're getting there, Tom. So what are...
I'll get there. I'll build it up.
What are carbs, Tom? They're nothing but organic compounds that are found in our food.
Christina, I'm going to stop you for one second. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But I just want to say hello to Coach Domino. Coach, it's great to see you. Great to see that you're watching. Hope all is well. Hope your health is well and your family is doing well. Thanks for joining us.
Love it. Tom, just wait.
He's a legend. Christina, that coach is a legend.
He's a legend, then I need to meet him.
He's a legend.
Coach Domino is the name. When are we going out to have a meal? I need to meet the legend. Got to set.
I got a lot. I could listen. I could get you a whole restaurant full of legends in my school.
So you know what? We need to set this up, Tom, because maybe we want to have Coach Domino on to a Transformation Tuesday or a Workout Wednesday to come bring some of that knowledge to everyone. That might be an idea. So, Coach, reach out to Tom if you're interested in that. We're always looking to network with other people and bring free information to the masses. All right. So, Tom, what are carbs?
Fuel,
energy,
units of energy made up of glucose molecules, C6H12O6.
All right, that's not fair. If we're going to do voices, I want my Snapchat filters on here because I want to change my facial structure and do the creepy voice that goes with it. All right, so they are organic compounds found in food. They break down in the body for the body and the brain's energy, guys. It is the energy sources. It is the actual preferred energy system for the body and for the brain. Not to say that protein and fats don't have their role in our energy system and aren't also sources, but as we learned during macronutrients, they each have their role in the systems in the body. So we want to make sure we have a balance of all of them. The thing is that it's not about good carbs and bad carbs. It's about nutrient-rich foods and that they're going to provide good balanced sources of energy for the body to function properly, and then not so nutrient rich foods, right? So same thing with simple and complex carbohydrates. Simple carbohydrates are just that. They have 1 or 2 chains of sugar in them versus more complex where now you're talking 3+. They also break down differently. So your simple carbs give you that crazy immediate energy boost, but as crazy and as immediate as it is as quickly as you crash from them. So what your body needs is a steady pace of complex carbohydrates for its energy source. Now, what are examples of them? So anything that comes in a package, guys, is most likely going to be your simple carbohydrate. Your complex carbohydrates are things like sweet potatoes, whole grains, apples, lentils, things that are fiber rich also, okay? That's what you want to get your main sources of energy from. And things like boxed cereal, sugars, sodas, juices, those are your simple carbohydrates. Thumbs down is right. So you want the complex carbs because they also fill you longer. You're more satisfied. So those of you who are constantly hungry, and not because you have metabolic rates through the roof, because you eat right and you're working out all the time, you know, you're going to want to check your intake. What are you getting in your body? Lots of quick meals, lots of packaged foods, things that are high in sugars. In your free tool, there's a list of simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates to give you guys a starting point when you're looking at what you're eating. There's lots of tools and activities that are incorporated in tonight's free stuff, guys, okay? Carbs break down and are either used immediately or they're stored. Why do we want them to be stored? We want the kind of carbs that get stored in our muscles and our muscle tissue and liver. Why? Because that's energy now and energy later versus just a quick burst of energy now and then a crash. No bueno, guys. Nobody wants to crash on that. So, Tom, you want to throw anything in on simple and complex carbs? Remember, we're keeping these episodes simplified for you guys. You need more detailed information? Take us up on our free evaluations and free consultations. We are more than glad to provide you with even more free information at any time. Tom?
Yeah, just really quick to keep it simple. There's a great chart out there. It's called the glycemic index, and which is basically how our body responds to specific carbohydrates, to specific sugars, right? They use it it's based on a scale of 0 to 100, and 100 is pure glucose, pure sugar. Anything that's extremely sweet, you're talking about your candies and your processed foods and so forth, those are going to be higher up. Your juices, they're going to be higher up towards 100. That's going to elicit that crash that Cristina was talking about. Quick response, sugar goes up, and then you crash. So the things that you'll find closer to the bottom, closer to the lower levels, you're going to find beans, right? Those are good quality sources of carbohydrates. Even some of your vegetables and so forth are going to be lower. You're going to be in that mid to lower range depending on the type, right? So that's where you want to find yourself. So you can use that glycemic index as a guide to what type of foods you should be choosing. You want to choose the things that are going to elicit a lower glucose response. So check out the glycemic index. It's really you can find it anywhere. It's a good tool to use just to get some ideas of where the things that you tend to eat, where they fall in that range. And if you know that you're mostly choosing things that are at the higher level, then you need to back off on some of those and start taking in foods that are in the lower and mid-level. And again, it comes down to, when Cristina was talking about nutrient-rich, nutrient-dense foods, things that I mentioned in the beginning. They come from the ground, they grow on trees, super nutritious. Super nutritious. If it doesn't come from the earth, not so much. Right? So that's just a little tidbit there.
All right. Thank you, Tom. Love it. Love it. So some things you guys want to keep in mind. You need this steady supply to keep your body functioning at its peak. Go back and watch our episode on macro and micronutrients because we broke down what carbs, proteins, and fats did in the body and the systems they were related to, so that you have a better understanding of just how crucial this is. Because guess what, guys? When our systems start breaking down, it becomes a domino effect. All of a sudden, other systems get compromised and we are not functioning at our best. We are also increasing our chances, and we'll talk about that in a minute, for chronic conditions. Who wants to do that? No one. All right, understand that when you exercise more, right, you build more muscle. The greater muscle you have, the greater your storing capacity is. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, and that goes back to when we talked about your caloric intake. Remember those units of energy we talked about? And, how for everyone, depending male, female, height, weight, and what your activity level was like, that your caloric intake and your needs could be different. So in tonight's tool, I also incorporated a link to an online calculator so that you can go on there, calculate what your caloric intake should be, and then also another link to calculate what your carb intake, protein intake, and fat intake should be. So your ranges will be there based on the information that you input. It's a good starting ground. You want to get more personalized? Take us up on that free evaluation so that we can plug our formulas, because we have lots of them. okay, and get you a more personalized approach. But if you want to keep it simple, click the link, plug your input your info, and get started. Also gave you that tracker again. This way you can mark off how many proteins you're getting in your meal and carbs. It not only gives you a spot to write what you're eating, but there's columns there for carbohydrates, for proteins, and for fats. So you can monitor those, guys. I know there's a lot of calorie craze out there, but you need calories. You shouldn't be afraid of them. It's about just getting nutrient rich foods in and getting the calories from them. Okay, and keep in mind, the more you work out and as your workout levels change, you're going to have to reevaluate your caloric intake. Okay, and then depending on whether you're losing weight or gaining weight, you may have to reevaluate again. That's why I say if you're not sure where to start simple with the 72-hour log. See where you're at and what slight adjustments you can make. And then you could always hit us up at MBS, and Tom and I can give you a free eval and give you some more personalized tips. Okay, so make sure you take us up on that. All right.
You know, Christina, if you don't mind me cutting in real
Go
quick.
ahead, Tom. I love it.
You know, the body's really, it's as complicated as it is. It's really simple to think about if you just think of it as an engine, right? So the more you work out, the more muscle you carry, the more fuel it requires, just like a race car, right? Race cars have big engines, high powered, need a lot of fuel, use a lot of gas very quickly. So same thing with the human body. So if you're very active, you're working out every single day, and even if you just start a program, exercise program, as you progress and get stronger and build more muscle and so forth, your body's going to require different calorie intake, more calories, more protein, more carbohydrates, and so forth. So definitely utilize a tracker and see where you're at now, and then we can help you evaluate what your depending on what your goals are, where those numbers need to be. And the other thing we mentioned, you know, there's a big thing in society about, you know, cutting calories and carbohydrate, going low carbs and the ketosis and all this stuff. And what happens is that we start to get in the mindset, well, if you want to lose weight, and then you need to cut your carbs, therefore carbs are bad. All right, so then we just start developing this bad relationship with carbohydrates, when that's not the case. It's not the case. It's understanding where you should be getting your source of carbohydrates from. People forget carbohydrates come from vegetables and fruits. So guess what? You can have lots of fruits and vegetables. It's cool, right? One thing with our nutritional programs, the programs that we have are so nutrient dense, you will never feel like you're missing out on any of your favorite foods. And so many times, Christina, and I know you've heard it more than I, testimonials from our members that they can't believe that they're still achieving their goals, losing weight, when they're eating so much food, when they're eating these nutrient-dense, delicious, homemade recipes. And they can't believe that they're still losing weight. Normally, we're so used to, I'm starving myself, or I can have a little meal and then a normal meal, right? There's none of that. When you do it the right way, you should be enjoying and savoring every bite and every meal. You should look forward to the meal. And that's one of the really cool things I love about what we provide, is that those nutrients, the food is so nutrient rich, but tastes so delicious that they're easy to prepare, and you'll never ever feel like you want more, like you need more food. I wish there was more food. Trust me, you'll never go hungry on our food. Yet you'll get the results, and that's a really cool part. And it really comes down to understanding. All right, I have a good relationship with food. I have no problems with this. I can have these fats. I can eat this protein. I can have this carbohydrates, and still feel satiated emotionally and physically. And that's super important.
Yep. I agree, Tom. But listen, hey, Tom, I have my hand in writing those programs, and I have an inner foodie here. So I would never starve myself or anyone, and it's gotta be yummy for me to be on it, especially for our longer programs. So you won't be hungry on our plans. You are not deprived of any tasty foods, all right, guys? So it's not your typical starve yourself or live on fruits and vegetables only. Not that we don't incorporate lots of them into our meals and into our plans, because we do, but we just make sure that we do not make you feel like you are starving, because that is no bueno. We covered that last month on fad diets when we kicked off Transformation Tuesdays, and how we're anti that for so many reasons. It's about having a healthy perspective on food and understanding that your relationship with food is basically the food is a tool for self-care and nothing else. It is fuel for you to keep on moving. So any emotion you have attached to food, and if it scares you to hear that, then you are an emotional eater and you need to seek some help with that area of your life, okay? And it's not okay, because that is not what food is for. It is vital to our existence. Okay, so now let's talk about when we should have nice healthy doses of complex carbohydrates and carbs in general. In the morning, guys, first thing, it is crucial that our breakfast include these carbs. Why? Guess what? You are burning energy while you are sleeping. And I know that that is shocking. Yes, Tom. It is shocking to a lot of people, but you are burning fuel while you're sleeping. So your body needs to replenish that to get started for the day. So breakfast should not be protein only, which is what we see so many clients coming with these philosophies: high protein breakfast and no carbohydrates there. No bueno. We want to make sure it's balanced, guys, okay? What else? Pre-workout. Why? Guess what, guys? You need those energy levels again to perform at peak levels during your workout, so that your workout sessions are as effective as they could be. Hey, I am not anti-nutraceutical or pre-workout supplement. I'm a huge muscle tech fan, but you know what? I don't rely on supplementation or nutraceuticals alone, okay? To provide. They supplement. You want to take anything in addition? Great. But they don't replace actual food, guys. So you should be looking, and they don't work as well as eating the right foods. So you really want to see results for those of you trying to put on some muscle, change your eating habits. Stop spending $300 a month on supplements, okay? We call them nutraceuticals because we're professionals and supplements is a layman's term, but I'm trying not to confuse you guys. So I know I'm going back and forth with the terms. We'll stick to supplements for now. Okay, so you want supplements? Great, find the right ones, but you don't need to spend $300-400 a month in order to hit your goals, whether they're weight loss or muscle building. Okay, guys, you can do that with the right diet alone and minimum supplementation. All right, if you're not sure where to start, hey, guess what? We give free evaluations. So if you're going to spend your money, let's make sure you're getting a good return and that you're putting everything right into your plan, so that you're not wasting away and not getting the results, or the results are taking much longer than they should. So don't do it to yourself. Stop hitting your head against the wall. There's no need. And the third crucial time is post-workout. Why? Kind of the same reason as breakfast. You just burned through all the fuel you had during the workout, if you worked out properly. We'll get to that tomorrow. Okay? If you worked out properly, you need to replenish it. So it should not be protein only. Because guess what role carbs have and the glucose in carbs have? It delivers the protein to your muscles faster. Hello, they're friends. They work together like Batman and Robin, like me and Tom. Come on. All right, so you want to make sure that you incorporate both of them in your post-workout. All right. And then go to your complex but lower carb fruits and vegetables for your snacks in between. All right, guys. But your bulk of them are probably best used during breakfast, pre-workout, and post-workout. Okay, for your energy levels and your systems to function properly. Tom, anything you want to throw in there before we wrap up with the last topic tonight?
Just a quick thing on your pre-workout meal. You want to be very careful on how you time that. And if you eat too close to your meal, your body's going to still be digesting and spending a lot of energy digesting your meal while you're trying to work out. So you want to minimize that. And the other thing is, with that, it takes a lot of energy to digest fats and proteins. It's very stressful on the body and on the digestive system. So that's why you want to minimize. You want to minimize your fat intake and your protein intake. A little bit less protein than normal before your workout, and that's why the carbohydrates are so important to have before, right? So think about protein-heavy foods. Usually, if it's protein-heavy, it's going to be fat-heavy, right? So if you're talking about meat or your any animal products, if it's got a lot of protein, it's probably going to have a decent amount of fat. That takes a lot of stress on the body to digest properly, and it takes a long time. So you want to minimize your fat and protein intake before you work out and really focus on your carbohydrates. And it shouldn't be all that much. You don't need much. You want to feel light throughout the day, and especially prior to your workout, right? And then, of course, after your workout, I like to think of it as a closing window. And as the time goes by after you work out, that window is getting smaller and smaller and smaller for that opportunity to refuel your muscles. And eventually there's a prime opportunity to really get that protein and carbohydrates shuttled right into the muscle cell. And eventually that muscle cell's, it's still going to obviously take the nutrients in, even if it's hours and hours and hours later. But right after your workout, there's a prime time where, man, those muscle cells are like, feed me now. I need some fuel. I need some nutrients. Get those nutrients in right after your workout. Good complex carbohydrate, even some simpler carbohydrates to really shuttle those carbohydrates and that protein in to get all those nutrients shoved right into those muscle cells to start the repair process. So remember, during your workouts, you're tearing your muscles apart. So now we're rebuilding. We're starting that rebuilding process, and it's so important to have the support from your nutrition, right? Nutrition is one of the most important aspects of your recovery process, right? There's other aspects we'll get into, but nutrition is first and foremost, right? So your nutrition is really guiding all of your progress and all of your goals when you talk about your health and wellness lifestyle. So,
all right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tom. All right. So now we're going to wrap it up with where these cravings come from. Okay, and if we had a better balance of our complex carbohydrates, those cravings would not be in existence. Okay, they just wouldn't be there because the cravings come from taking those simple carbohydrates in. The more of it you take, the more the body asks for. So you do not want to take them in. Cravings are caused by that lack of adequate energy and energy storage in your body. So it's looking for that quick fix. The metabolism's looking for that quick fix. By the way, if your metabolic rate is off, you better check your simple carbohydrates in your diet, because that's probably the culprit, because it messes your metabolism up when you start to raise high real fast with your energy levels and then crash and burn because they're your simple carbs. So guys, first and foremost, look at what you're really eating. So if you get anything from tonight, go to tonight's free tool, plug that in the browser. Our breakdown from all of our sessions for Transformation Tuesday last month, where we broke it down and debunked the myth for you guys, is there. It makes it simple. It's layman's term. We're not using a lot of scientific terms on these shows because we want the average person to not get confused because it's confusing. There's an abundance of information out there that contradicts each other. No wonder y'all don't know what to do. Okay, it's a full-time job to discern it. So we're just gonna keep it simple and keep it real for you guys. So if you're looking to make changes, please take advantage of the tips and tools, all right? Now, what else can it do? Well, we talked about the short bursts messing up your metabolic rate. Guess what? You want to make sure that you eliminate those craving situations by having balance with the complex carbohydrates, but also guys, and tonight's about carbs, so that's what we focused on, but also you want to make sure you're getting enough protein in, enough fiber rich greens in. Okay, you want to make sure you're getting healthy fats because fat is the other guy that has a bad rep. All right, and the healthy fats are crucial. We learned about what their roles in the body were last month, so we're not supposed to be afraid of them. Of course, as always, we say if you're looking for nutrition to cure a illness or a chronic condition, go see a registered dietitian. If you're just looking to get a better balance on your nutrition, start tuning in, if anything, on Transformation Tuesdays, because that is when we're going to take all these big topics out there and all these myths that are out there and debunk them. Okay, so make sure you're tuning in. So for tonight, because we don't want to overwhelm you, that is all we have on carbs. Not all that we're ever going to have on carbs, but we wanted to make sure you understood the difference between simple carbs, complex carbs, and when you should be eating carbs to begin with. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in tonight. Make sure you follow us over on YouTube. We have all the previous episodes on there, all the free activities we've given on there as well. And at any time, make sure that you reach out. Tom and I are always here to help you guys. So thank you, Tom, for joining on Real Talk.
Thank you, Christina. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Christina, I think we should mention our special program that we're offering, our Rev 12.
Oh, we want to mention the special. All right. So
yes.
Let's break down the special. You're right, because we have lots of good things coming up for everyone. So, all right, guys. So let's break down the specials. We have a program, okay, that we are giving you guys a major break on as far as pricing. So up front, yes, there's a cost. Disclaimer, it's ridiculously low. Like ridiculously low, okay? A program that normally costs about $2,800, we have broken it down to $624. $150 down and 3 payments. I think it comes to 3 payments of $148 or something ridiculously low as that. That you can make 1 payment a month after the program already starts. We are only taking a limited amount of people into this because it's a mastermind program. It's for major transformation, and Tom and I would love to dedicate as much time and energy as we both can to each individual. So we're not looking to enroll massive amount of people, and registration just opened on this, guys. So it is also only for our Facebook and YouTube fans and subscribers of Real Talk. So if you are interested, definitely reach out. Also want to tell you that we qualify you first. So if I don't think that you are a match for this system, I will not take your deposit of $150. I will give you a free evaluation. And if you fit another system, great. If you don't, we'll keep tuning in and maybe we can figure out how we can help you, okay? Now, what do you get for that? Because that was a mouthful. You get 12 weeks of 12-week menu laid out for you. You don't have to think about piecing it all together, okay? You get 12 weeks of recipes also. Wow, okay? We keep it really simple. We give you the recipe in there as well. You get 3 formats written down for you to be able to do at home. You also get 3 nights a week or AMs, because there's an AM and PM session, okay, of MBS live formats. These are some of our most popular, most intense, most effective programs, and we group them specifically together because, as we've discussed on Workout Wednesdays, there are certain components of fitness that are crucial to your health. So the combination of these three formats meets everything. You get neuromotor, which covers your speed, agility, balance, and a whole bunch of other gait exercise, a whole bunch of other good stuff for you guys. Flexibility, strength training, cardio, how you guys can do this without bulky equipment and spending 3 hours a night in the gym. So this is a great transformation program for somebody who's really been stuck and hasn't made the changes they wanted to make. You also get a monthly video coaching conference. Why? Because mindset is crucial, okay? So we're going to break through some of those barriers and that self-doubt, and we're going to get that confidence level back up, and we're going to knock out all the things that have made you, that have been your roadblocks to success up until this point. So it is a 12-week program that also comes with unlimited email and phone support for a year, guys, for a year. So the total is $624. And again, if you're not ready for that kind of commitment or that type of program, I'll let you know, because we're not in the business of enrolling people for them to fail. So we know our systems. We know who they work for. We know that they've worked for other businesses. That's how much we know the systems work. They've been tested. They're tried and true. They're proven with our beta clients, many groups of them, proven with our clients, and proven because they're used by other fitness professionals. So if you're looking to break it through, give us a call. All it takes is a phone call. All right, guys? Our contact information is info@mbsconnection.org. You can text us at 609-401-2376. And our 800 number is 800-549-0376, okay? My extension is 801, and Tom's is 803, okay, if you want to speak with one of us directly. Also, Cristina at mbsconnection.org. No H in my name. I'm a Spaniard. And Tom at mbsconnection.org if you need to email either one of us directly. All right. And tune in tomorrow, because fitness professionals or those who are enthusiasts and are looking to break out into a career for fitness or coaching, okay, we have a awesome package for you guys, and that's getting announced tomorrow night. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow for Workout Wednesday.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Good night, Cristina.
Good night, Tom.